I don't think most people would ever have thought he'd end up our top corner in this entire NFL draft here. But he's there, and he's there because not only was he a great player in college, but he's there partially because of how well he did at the Senior Bowl. When he had the chance to face competition that was much more than what he usually faced on a regular basis, week in, week out, playing at Toledo, he crushed the competition. There wasn't a single receiver at the Senior Bowl who could hang with this guy. Quinyon Mitchell, Toledo, our CB number 1. All righty, 6 foot even. Hey, another 6-footer. A 196. So almost to 200 pounds again. 22 years old. In 22, the 14 games, 41 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, 2 of which for touchdowns, 19 passes deflected. Woo! 23, 13 games, 41 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 18 passes deflected, and a 91.5 PFF grade. What have I always said about guys from small schools? I'm okay with you coming from a small school, but you better whoop their ass. You better show that I don't belong here. I'm better than all you motherfuckers. That's what I want to see, and that's what he did. Point blank. That's what Mitchell did his entire time with Toledo. And then he goes to the Senior Bowl. He goes to these all-star games, and he freaking crushes it and proves he deserves to hang with the best of the best of the best, sir. And that's what he's going to do in the NFL. This is going to be a really good player. Like, you want to talk about, out of all the defensive players in this draft, before I say it, I'm going to think in my head real quick. Yes, I'm going to go with it. Yeah. He's my number 1 prospect on the entire defensive side of the ball. I like him that much. I think he'll be that good. Does play in the slot a little bit as well. 55 snaps there, 677 on the outside. Pros and cons wise. Pros, size, very fluid, physical, instinctive. And I put all of the pass deflections. You got to put that in the pro category there, obviously, at that point.
Yes,
you're talking,
he gets them all.
37 pass deflections in the last 2 years, 27 games, guys. That's pretty goddamn impressive. The cons. I only got 2 cons, really. The first one is there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve because he came from a small school. That's to be expected if anybody comes to a small school. I'm sorry. The other thing, he's just not an aggressive tackler. And you see that sometimes from corners. I don't know that you can teach out of that. I think you just have to deal with that. Everybody has a con. Because once he, gets past that learning curve, if the only issue you have is, I wish he was more aggressive a tackler, you got yourself a hell of a player.
Shucks. Yeah.
You got yourself one hell of a player.
Well, if he does his job and never has to tackle someone because he's always deflecting the ball,
yeah,
you'd be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if he learns to get someone to catches. We got 5 interceptions in 22. That's pretty good, but just 1 last year. He's played strictly zone coverage in college. He has been training doing man coverage ever since the season ended. I know they showcased some of that also at the Senior Bowl. But I think if you put him in a pure man scheme, there's going to be even more of a learning curve, and I think that's a mistake to put him in there. I think you put him in a zone man coverage combo, or you put him in a defense that does strictly zone, and he's going to excel. Yeah. I just hope that, like I said, whoever does a strictly man coverage, they don't try to put that square peg in a round hole. It's not meant to go there. Much like you might have been told on your wedding night, it's not meant to go there.
It was all holds barred.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.